here Daniel is here and he's being elevated. But now all of a sudden the king has a dream, and this is where you're going to find Daniel 2, 1 through 13, and I'm not going to read it right now. It's quite a long text, but I'll give you the synopsis of it here. And so this king has a dream that he's very anxious about. Now, if you remember correctly, remember Daniel's lived through many emperors, but this is the first emperor that he is coming into. He's a young man, teenager in this program. And so again, he even rises to the top as a teenager among the king's sons and grandsons. This is where Daniel's at, okay? And so all of a sudden now the king has a dream. Now in this program that he was raised in, they're raised to be magicians, sorcerers, astrologers, okay? That's the degree program. That's their educational program that they're getting. So the king now with this dream now comes to his astrologers, his magicians, his sorcerers, what they call wise men. Remember that term, wise men. Next week we're going to talk about that a little bit more, okay? The wise men. So all of a sudden now he comes to the wise men and he says, hey, I want you to interpret my dream. And they said, great king, tell us the dream. And he's like, no. If you guys are so amazing, which, essentially I pay you to be. He didn't exactly say that, don't get me wrong. But he's saying, look, no, you guys tell me what my dream was and then interpret it. Don't expect me to tell you the dream and then you interpret it. That's easy. And so the king just put this, he put the gauntlet down. And not only that, he made it even more severe, because he said this in verse 5. It says, my decision is firm. If you do not make known the dream to me and its interpretation, you shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made an ash heap. This is not a small threat. This is the king who has conquered multiple different nations, okay? This is one of the most conquering kings in history, and here he is giving a threat that, hey, all you guys, if you guys can't figure this out, you and your houses are dead, cut up into pieces. And he said it here like, this is firm. Don't think I'm joking on this, right? That's a major threat now, a major threat. And so here it comes down now where Daniel is in this company. He, not of any fault of his own, all right? And none of the magicians, none of the sorcerers, none of the astrologers, none of these wise men are able to interpret. In fact, they tell the king, you're asking us something impossible to do. We cannot do this. And the king says, yep, all right, well then, guess what's going to happen? Okay, and so now all of a sudden we're going to be jumping down here to verse 12 and 13. Verse 13, it says, so the decree went out and they began killing the wise men. All right, remember I said how they're classified as wise men. And they sought Daniel and his companions to kill them. Then with counsel and wisdom Daniel answered Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, who had gone out to kill the wise men of Babylon. So let me stop here, because I'm going to kind of subtitle this a little bit, calling Unchaining Wisdom. Unchaining wisdom. We're talking about holding fast. But when you're holding fast, sometimes you need to unchain wisdom.